Oh. Fire away, Miss Kim.
Any injury updates? I know it's a short week, so anything you can tell us?
Yeah, with the short week, just the update as of right now, CJ and Jalen are still in the concussion protocol. Think it's looking good for to have Kaimi back this week, so we'll see how that goes. And with CJ and Jalen, we'll kind of, again, we got to see how the week goes. When they're in their concussion protocol, there are steps they have to pass to be available. So we'll see how it goes for them this week.
How do you handle that with it being such a short week and say CJ not having played, been able to practice in a couple of weeks? You obviously want him healthy, but he gets healthy. How's the decision then decided about whether or not to put him on the field in such a short week?
Yeah, look, we're hopeful for CJ to get back healthy. That's the first thing, the most important thing. And for me and my spot, I just have to deal with it based on when they pass the steps they need to pass. And if they are available, then being able to see them on the field, see them get reps and see how that goes. But as of right now, it's kind of nothing, that I can do, from my seat here. I'm just praying for those guys to just get back healthy.
What do you think about the Bills, especially after their offensive performance yesterday?
Bills are a really, really good team. Coach McDermott has done a great job. Since he's been there, they're always a contender. Play great defense. Of course, they have a great quarterback, and Josh Allen, who can make any type of play you need him to make. So it's a challenging opponent coming up this Thursday for us. We're up for the challenge, as always, as every opponent. So we're looking forward to it. They've done a really good job, I think, up front running the football. And, Josh can move around and make those plays. You have to cover him twice for sure, with his scramble ability. And also he's done a good job of mixing up some QB run game as well. He does a good job of that, escaping the pocket, making plays. And we have to do a much better job defensively of controlling that, because we've let a few plays get out on us when we allowed the quarterback to scramble. So it'll be a really big challenge for us defensively. The offensive side for us, they're fast defense. I mean, they run, they hit, they play fast, they play physical, they're sound in their assignments. They're going to be where they're supposed to be. Not a ton of bust on their tape. They play together, they play fast. So, we have to do a good job of trying to sustain drives as best we can. Winning on third down will be key for us. We didn't do a great job on third down this past week, so that'll be key. Third down, and then we have to finish drives. In the red zone hasn't been great for us on both sides, so we got to do a great job of finishing drives defensively and offensively in the red zone.
What have you learned over the years about how to approach this short week for Thursday night games?
Yeah, with the short week is, for me, what I've learned most is don't talk about how much of a short week it is. Like, everybody goes in, yeah, it's a short week, get it. Like, let's wrap it up and let's go. Like, everybody has the same amount of time. Like, let's do what we have to do to go out and have ourselves physically and mentally prepared to go play.
You touch on just the chemistry last couple of weeks with Davis and with Nico, like 16 catches, something like that, a bunch of targets, and how that connection is really up to you.
Yeah, Davis and Nico, they've done it before and they continue to do it. They're doing a good job. Davis is doing a good job of finding the right guy, throw it down there to 12, and he's going to make a big play for us. Those guys are doing a really great job, and it's no bigger play than the 3rd and 16. I mean, the play that Nico makes, the catch, to be able to get both feet down, it's an outstanding play. Great job by Davis of giving him opportunity to finish that play in bounds. So, when we needed a spark, we needed to get going. Like, we started to feed the ball to our best player, Nico, and he showed up and showed why he's one of the best receivers in the league.
Coach, what have you seen from Dalton Schultz as far as the grit and determination that he played through? And I think that on that last drive that you all had for the game-winning field goal, he made a big catch, but he also made a big block on Simmons on that 3rd and 16 to be able to help Nico get that catch.
Yeah, Dalton continues to play really great football for us. To get the drive started there in the 2-minute, that was a huge play in the 2-minute drive that doesn't get talked about a lot, but that was big for us to get going. And he's made play after play for us. Each game, Dalton shows up in the critical moments, making plays, and he's fighting through, as everybody is at this time, fighting through injuries and things of that nature. But he continues to scrap. He continues to battle. Like, it's important to him to go out and play his best for his teammates, and he shows that. He puts it on the line every single week, and I'm proud of the toughness and grit that he's showing.
Second game in a row you guys had primarily Woody Marks as the ball carrier for the offense. What did you make of his performance, and what created some of the challenges in the run game yesterday?
Yeah, the challenges in the run game are Sweat and Simmons. Those are it's tough to run against those guys, and we had our hands full. We knew that going in, but we were able to churn out some yardage here and there. I mean, we didn't hit a ton of explosive in the run game, but I thought we, for the most part, we did okay. Still some yards to be had out there. We can do an even better job of finishing some blocks and running it better.
I know Will's been a great player for you guys since he got here, but what do you think about this current stretch he's on where he seems to make these huge plays like every single week?
Let's keep it going, Will. He's doing a fantastic job of just not only disrupting the quarterback, but being in position to get the quarterback down, to take the football, making game-changing plays. That's who Will Anderson is, and we hope that streak continues.
You mentioned it a minute ago about the red zone, and maybe even goal to go. Defensively, been so good everywhere else on the field, just not nearly as good in the red zone and goal to go. Is there anything you're seeing from your defense that isn't getting done there beyond the results?
Yeah, defensively in the red zone, we got to make the play. Like, we got to be where we're supposed to be, and we have to make the play. That's it in the red zone. Like, there's no other way around it. I always tell our guys, at any given point in the game, like, you're going to have a one-on-one opportunity, and it's your job to go make the play. When you're in position, like, you have to finish and make the play. We've been there a lot of times in the red zone defensively, and we have not made the play. So we got to get on the right side of that, right? We got to just finish better.
Nico, when it comes to assignment football and Josh Allen and some of the multidimensional things he does, what are some good rules of thumb, best practices when you play a guy like that? And last year, obviously, you guys had some success against him.
Yeah, when you're playing against Josh Allen, everybody just has to remain disciplined, like especially as we're rushing our rush lanes. Everybody just has to rush with integrity, understand this quarterback can escape the pocket anywhere. So you just have to have awareness and remain disciplined for 4 quarters, right? If you get out of a gap, if you fall asleep on a play, you're not playing with awareness. Like, that's when he that's when he can gut you. So you just have to play with awareness for 4 quarters. You can never let up.
Coach, when you go through the game plan preparing for a team, how do you, on the offensive side of the ball, think about how many plays this player is going to get? Use, for an example, Jalen Noel, who a couple of weeks ago had a lot of targets, had a lot of routes, and then, we've seen, I think, over the last 2 weeks, his targets and routes have decreased. How do you all game plan for that to get him more involved?
Yeah, look, I want Jalen Noel in there more, getting more opportunities. Sometimes how the game goes, whether it's run plays, we have different personnel groupings for different plays that we're running. So it just also depends on the flow of the game, right? And of course, everybody wants him in more. We want this guy in more. We understand that. Like, we're trying to get many guys opportunities as we can, and that's a good problem to have. We have a lot of good guys in that receiver room that can go and make plays for us and that have shown that they can make plays for us at any given moment of the game.
How did you feel about this offensive line combination yesterday?
I thought the offensive line did a good job. I thought they did a good job, and for the first time having that group out there, they worked well together and did some really good things.
Update on Daniil Hunter coming out of the game?
Yeah, Daniil is fine.
How do you feel about the operation at this point in the season between you and the communicating that you're getting from the people to determine when to throw your challenge flag?
It's been good. The one that we challenged there, of course. I mean, the guy didn't. Looking back at it, we didn't complete the catch through. We didn't survive the ground. So looking back at it, probably shouldn't have thrown him. But I feel like the guys saw something that I didn't see up top, and that's why in the first half there, it's not like we're lose a timeout. It's not as big of a deal as it would be. You said in the second half when the timeouts are very critical.
We talk a lot about, obviously, Daniil and Will, understandably. But can you talk a little bit about just the continued play of Toya and what you're getting from him?
Yeah, Tommy, man, our most consistent player inside. Like, he makes play after play, whether it's run game, the awareness, him. If we have to send him on the field late to go battle pass down, he can do that as well. But Tommy's he's consistent because he does it right. He does exactly what we're asking him to do. It may not be flashy to a lot of people, but consistency is what I'm about. And that's what makes a good professional football player. It's the consistency at which you operate down in and down out, and you know what to expect. You know what you're going to get from Tommy, and he shows up every week making big play after big play for us.
Have closed out wins the past 2 weeks in kind of the final moments of these games. What effects can wins like that have on a football team?
Well, when you have wins like that, you would like to hope that it would, continue to spark some confidence in our guys and continue to help us to push forward. But as I know, I'm just a realist. Like, each game is its own game. Like, you got to go out and do the things necessary that it takes to win those games. There isn't any magical elixir that comes out like, oh, you guys finished because this certain thing happened. No, you just got to go finish games. You got to execute the right way. You got to make plays in those critical moments.
Former Astros manager Dusty Baker, when we asked him about watching the standings, he said, yes, I watch them every day. I look at the standings every day. Is that something that you do as well with the way that your team is playing, getting back to 500, seeing, where you're positioned in the AFC?
Just find a way to win. Those standings, it really doesn't matter, right now at this point. Like, what matters is however the standings look, I know what improves the standings is winning. So my focus is on doing everything I can possibly do to help our team be in position to win this game this week. And the standings and all those things, they will take care of themselves. All right, thank you guys.